Hello Libra, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for the next 7 to 10 days or for whenever you come across this reading. It's a general reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please do hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done already. Fill the bell button in to get notifications. I was going to say, because there's been quite a lot recently in terms of certainly people I follow, tarot, astrology, and spirituality in general. There's a lot of issues. So kind of going through a process of pretty much deleting these type of channels, not recommending them, regardless as to how popular they are or not. So any support you can offer would be most appreciated. So Libra, I'm going to read your energy first, but it is a general reading and it can be interchangeable. This is your external energy, and that indeed could be you. On the dice, we have the 10th house. So in focus this week, maybe your career specifically, your public image, your social status, your social life. Venus again came through for Aquarius and now coming through for Libra. So obviously we're looking at love, value, money sometimes, and Scorpio. So you might be dealing with the Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio is obviously a very passionate combination, can be intensely so, to the point it can be like, vindictive, or there may be jealousy involved. And it may be something that is public, or it's something that you're dealing with specifically in connection with your career or job. So your energy, and to be perfectly honest, your external energy is quite similar. It's a very frazzled energy when the bear spirit's in reverse, brown bear spirit with the starfish. I love the starfish. So the bear is frazzled, undecided, impatient, antsy, angry. Is saying that this is a week where you're probably going to have to, take a back seat in some way, because it may be something that kind of escalates. And I say that because in the Lenormand pyramid spread here, the direction we're literally moving in is towards the whip. And that is a card of conflict, arguments, disputes, struggles in many ways. So it feels like there's something kind of brewing here. I'm feeling a lot of very pissed off, antsy, irritated energy. And it might be coming from both sides of the table here, or it might just be in your environment. The regeneration comes through with the starfish. It's a super energy. It's telling you to really take a back seat. Chill out as much as you possibly can this week. Focus on your dreams, dream even bigger than that. Ultimately saying that there is something that can be regenerated here, and maybe in terms simply of your mood. The clouds are at the base of the deck, saying that there's kind of trouble afoot. It's a confusing energy. There's a disturbance of some sort. It can speak of depression, suspicion. It may be specifically with regards to communication. This may be more kind of formal communication, probably in terms of property or family. So yeah, really a week for you to try and rein it in, take a back seat. And I was about to clarify this when I was thinking Libra, and I got my feline, which is, it's just confirming the same thing. It's a kind of sickly, critical, easily offended energy, sometimes quite accusatory. It usually means there's something that needs to be resolved. And it can be that something is being delayed, and that's creating some sort of irritation. It's a very nippy energy that you're coming through with, Libra. As I say, that might be you or who you're dealing with. Your external energy is the squirrel in reverse and the horse in reverse. This is someone who feels really stuck, sometimes even kind of broken down by whatever challenges they have in their life. There's a lot of frustration about feeling fenced in, not being able to go where they want to go, not having the freedom in some area of their life that they want to have. With the squirrel, this is also someone who's had their confidence shaken in some way. They don't feel they have enough. So it may be monetary. Don't really have that come through just yet, but sometimes the squirrel can be someone who tends to hoard, wants to, put aside for a rainy day, always anticipates there not being enough. And the energy that this person needs to focus on is looking back on the past when they actually have been provided for, when they've felt that they're not going to have enough to do this or the next thing. This may be specifically someone who really does want to travel, really does want to move, and they feel very, very stifled. So As I say, it doesn't need to be a person. That's tends to how we read it. It could just be, you know, your environment. It's one where there is constraints in some way. So on the Lenormand pyramid spread, we have the ring coming through, which speaks of a relationship that's in focus. It can be a contract, a promise of some way, something new with the child and something wrong with the fox. Now with the fox and the moon coming through here, again, 10th house, it can be jobs that we're looking at. The fox is a job. To me, it's more of a sort of self-employed position. It's someone who's it's kind of like piecemeal work, contract work. It's not like steady, you know exactly what you're getting paid every month. It's kind of scrapping for, you know, your next paycheck sort of thing. And the moon can speak of job offers. That could be something that's coming through this week, and it could be something new. It's more vocational. It's a card of reputation and how you're seen, and that is exactly what the 10th house is. In terms of how you've been seen, maybe in relation to a contract with, you know, your children or another party, there's conflict here, basically. So if the fox is not specifically about work, and we will clarify, it's the saying that there's something wrong, there's something selfish, manipulative. The fox is usually up to no good. It is usually another person. And there may be some sort of commitment here in terms of children, which has been, you know, mishandled. So if it was maintenance for a child, for example, that there's someone who's been selfish and, you know, maybe lying, or, you know, there's some sort of scam here. And then we have the feminine. Now this can speak of your own energy. I do actually ask to read for the Libra feminine. That's something I switched up just recently, but it doesn't often come through. The moon can speak of being very emotional this week, you know, emotionally fraught, over emotional, because there's some sort of conflict that you can't quite resolve because it's very confused and very tired. And but it can speak of fame and notoriety, you know, something that you're known for is maybe dealing with some sort of conflict involving work, contracts, a relationship, or children. So let's get into some clarification. I'm just feeling really antsy, and it almost feels like something could really kick off for you, Libra. So act accordingly. Let's see. Tell us about the ring for Libra. Yeah, see, this is like, it's just like, this feels like nothing's gone my way. That's really what I'm feeling. And I've even got the koala spirit in reverse, and that spirit has a plan. That's not believing that things are going the right way. That's like not wanting to be disturbed. Going to rip the face off of someone if they come at you. But this is the fairy godmother is, you know, like not having your wishes fulfilled, you know. Nobody's helping out. It's a lack of good fortune. It's very stagnant energy. Tell me about the child for Libra. Oh, well, that's gorgeous. So this is something new. Now, obviously, it can relate to a child. I'm not saying a pregnancy or birth or anything like that, but it might be something in relation to your child where something is changing here. The Singer of Transfiguration is probably the best card in this deck. This is basically an entirely new way of being. It is feeling in some way accomplished with this new thing that comes through, being rewarded, being seen, rebirthing. I've just got the fox looking right over it. So the fox, if it is a person, this is someone who's over emotional. This is someone who's not managing their emotions. Got my lovesick Romeo at the base of the deck here. This is very youthful energy. So this literally could be a child you're dealing with here. But this is someone who's not accepting some sort of change gracefully. Let's see. Tell me about the fox in the Libra reading. The fox in the Libra reading. It's fox in the Libra reading. I'm feeling like a kind of, you know, boiling up, almost like animosity. Yeah. Now, there might be something really new happening for you in your life. There's something changing in a big way. And this is someone who, you know, with Scorpio being here, is not got your back. There's someone who would be jealous and who would try and thwart any kind of success that you're, you know, trying to manifest, especially with the starfish spirit. Tell me who this fox is for Libra. Tell me who this fox is for Libra. A priest. Seeker. Networker. Now, with it being a networker, especially with the fox here, I'm more inclined to look at the negative aspects. The seeker is in reverse. So this is an inability to commit to a path once found. The priestess violates the trust of the spiritual community and seduced by your own spiritual role. And the networker conveys information only for personal gain and spreads fear and falsehood. Some tarot. What's this fox up to? I mean, there's some falsity here. The fox is up to the Queen of Swords. This is your energy, Libra. 5 of Cups in reverse. So the Page of Swords is this networking, is this communication, and it will be a lie with the fox. This is someone, you know, who, you know, blows smoke up your arse, talks a load of crap. Really could be a child that you're having some sort of dispute with, or the dispute is around children in some way. So there may be someone who's, you know, feeling left out, feeling abandoned. This may be you, naturally, with the Queen of Swords being in the upright here. I don't know, is it? Let's see. Show me this Queen of Swords. No, that's healthy choices in the palm tree. This is someone who's making good decisions in life. This is someone who is exercising self-love and self-care, who's very intent in being happy, and is focused on their own, you know, stability, their security, looking for, you know, permanence. So no, this is someone watching that, you know, and if things are improving for you, or there's something new coming into your life, that's pissing someone off. And it more than likely will be in terms of career and in terms of how you're being seen. Why the priest though? I don't really understand the priest. Why is the priest here for Libra? I mean, obviously it can be something to do with you know, your religious beliefs. The priest. Camera. So there's nostalgia here. To someone who could be, you know, reminiscing. And is taking some sort of gamble or chance. So there's something wrong with this person, basically. They're over-emotional. I mean, honestly, but that could be both of you, because neither of your energy is in, you know, a particularly great spot right now. Ultimately, there is something changing here, and I think this is the key. There's something changing here. And maybe like an argument that kind of blows up, that might not be a bad thing. I don't know. Let me see what's changing with the Singer of the Transfiguration. The 8 of Cups is in reverse here, so that may be someone who's coming back around to wrap something up. The World card, this is brilliant. Bloody hell. So this is some sort of new contract, new commitment, new relationship. It's wrapping up something from old. It is ultimately successful. And it's, you know, it's commitment. It's doing the right thing. Oh, Christ, there's the devil with the Empress. There's somebody obsessed, jealous, antsy, argumentative about some sort of change that's happening in someone's life. And that could be happening in your life. I think it is with the Queen of Swords, but it could also be happening in your child's life. Maybe you have children with this person and there's something really positive happening here. This is literally like a graduation. So this could be a child that's, you know, getting their degree and leaving university. And I don't know why that would piss someone off, but... Or maybe someone's just lying about how emotional they feel about stuff. There's somebody here who doesn't feel involved, doesn't feel a part of whatever this is, Libra, basically. And there's also someone here who's pretty selfish. Let me see what the Moon and the feminine energy for Libra is. The Moon and the feminine energy. I mean, the moon, it can, as I say, it can be a card of like, you know, fame and being seen. Sylvanus, just had that in Aquarius. This is removing the mask of deception. This is seeing things really clearly. This is finding out your own truths, and it's a reveal sometimes. It's a revealing of emotions. So there's a broken connection here with someone in your life. The feminine energy for Libra. I'm not going to take them. Well, basically it's saying that there's some sort of caution here because there's a lot of chaos around you. And if you have some sort of, you know, trepidation or fear, it is realistic. There is some caution required with whatever you're dealing with. If you're dealing with someone who is over emotional or who is chaotic, or who, you know, doesn't know what they're doing from one day to the next, it's almost like a kind of handle with care. Show me the whip. The whip for Libra. The whip for Libra. So as much as this feline is speaking of unfinished business, there's something that still needs to be resolved, and someone's really pissed off that it hasn't been. That ultimately is going to be a resolution here, and a really positive one. So if this were some sort of legal dispute, and I'm not saying anything like that, but that would make sense, then, you know, it gets wrapped up, and, you know, you divide your assets and you work out your custody and all the rest of it, and someone here is utterly pissed off about that. Because they're unsettled in some way, and they're not free the way they want to be free. If they're having to pay for children or pay some sort of alimony, that restricts them in some way, and that's angering them. They're selfish. The fox is selfish, want to keep it. Why is the whip the outcome for Libra? Why is the whip the outcome for Libra? And if this is a commitment, or, you know, a relationship that somebody still wants to be in with you, that's where that's coming from. That's like an unfulfilled wish and a hope. The whip. Oh, fuck a duck. Glam corner. So this is Slick Harry. This is my narcissist. He's a complete pretender. He will, you know, lie. He allows you to fool yourself. So this is like narcissistic wounding, narcissistic rage, which is in a whole other level. If in any way you've, you know, usurped them publicly, hell's bells, they will literally have a complete and utter meltdown. So if you're like in competition for some sort of job here, this is not a normal, you know, person who'll be like, you know, fair play, the best man or the best woman won, and, you know, good luck with that. No. This is someone who's going to be vindictive. This is someone who's going to get out their way to try and make your life difficult. And it's a masculine energy, himself. Who's, you know, having a pity party, feeling sorry for themselves, feeling depressed. They probably messed it up themselves, but they won't take responsibility for that because the Glanconer will not take responsibility. So I really do feel that the Glanconer is the fox here, but, you know, it doesn't need to be. Glanconer. What more can you tell Libra? Is the thief. I want to take something from you. Maybe they've already taken something from you, and this is you, you know, regenerating in terms of getting back what's owed to you. But this is someone who would want to take something from you, stealing money, creative ideas, stealing affection, whatever they feel they lack. Whatever they feel they lack, they'll take from others. The Glanconer cannot generate their own life force. Narcissistic energy literally can't do that. That's why when we talk about narcissistic supply, they'll always need to look out of themselves for that supply. And if you were once that supply and you're no longer that supply, and if you're recovered, then you're literally like their, you know, #1 enemy. And you won't be the only one. Tell me more about Glanconer for Libra. Glanconer. Goddess is in reverse. Exploitation of the female nature and form in a fool. So there you go. This is someone who needs to be seen, who likes to be seen. 10th house energy. Venus wants to be seen as sexy, seductive, attractive, or wealthy. Something changing. Wheel of Fortune. Libra. Wheel of Fortune. Sideways. It's the 9 of Cups. So ultimately, although you may be dissatisfied, irritated, there's stuff to be tidied up here, it's saying to me you need to take a back seat for the time being, because this is kind of explosive energy with this type of person that you're dealing with. And you ultimately probably won't achieve very much by confronting it directly. Things are changing. Relax. Starfish will, you know, regenerate ultimately, and it is big changes with the Wheel of Fortune. So there's karma at play, there's destiny at play. It's time for something, and it's time for wish fulfillment with the 9 of Cups. There's something brand new here, and it's big, and it's a wrap, and you know, it's like a whole chapter's done. When you get to the world, you have completed the fool's journey successfully. You know, it's not like the death card or something ending. It can be painful. It's an, you know, it can be a mourning period. No, the world is an understanding of how you got here. It's passing the very final test in the Judgment card to say that's a wrap. You've learned these lessons. Now you get a whole new chapter, and it's the 9 of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. So Libra, that is your reading, and we'll take some advice. If you would like a personal, please, my information is below. And what I meant to say is, please don't apply it if it's not your story. And get a personal will can sometimes be completely different. Libra, please, advice for Libra. What advice do you offer Libra? Trust in the unknown with Father Sky and the Fire Guardian. This is excite your passion, ignite your passion. This is the rebirthing. This is an entirely new way of being. You passed an initiation of some sort, and this is ultimate success. Now, this can say that there is an opportunity that could present itself to heal a connection with a masculine energy. That would be the gland corner. So, you know, do with that what you will. There's a lot of ego there. The Fire Guardian is about getting really excited about something, and it's usually a brand new sexual relationship. So there is something really new here, and that newness is ultimately what's pissing someone off. And if you know who this is, and that they are volatile and they are vindictive, you know, and jealous, then, you know, just keep yourself to yourself, and, you know, make good choices. I think that's what someone is doing here. That's your reading. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.